As you can see, linked up on Mark13News.com for September 27th, 2023, has the United Nations failed Ukraine and the world, which is a transcript of a testimony before the Helsinki Commission that recommends the United States lean into the United Nations as opposed to withdrawing from it, which would allow China and Russia to fill the vacuum. Russia is the current king of the North, according to the Daniel 11 hypothesis on biblicalresearchlabs.com. The United States is the current king of the South, and the United Nations is the one who sends a raiser of taxes in Daniel 11:20, with the raiser of taxes itself being the Paris Climate Accord, and the one who sends a raiser of taxes is the same thing as the great horn of the he-goat in Daniel chapter 8, verse 8, that will get broken and then replaced with the four notable ones toward the four winds of heaven. The four winds of heaven always means the 5-month-long hour of temptation, and the four notable ones in Daniel chapter 8, verse 8 are the same thing as the four beasts in Daniel chapter 7, with Daniel's fourth beast being exclusively supernatural, which is how you can document that Revelation 13 is entirely yet future. In other words, the one-world political system won't emerge until Satan and his angels get cast to earth at the woe of the fifth trumpet, which is when the he-goat of Daniel chapter 8 becomes the leopard of Daniel chapter 7, which is symbolic of the Kenites and their four hidden dynasties providing the infrastructure of the so-called New World Order. The bear and the lion of Daniel chapter 7 are symbolic of the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy and the Christian nations up until just after the deadly wound to the one-world political system when Satan appears as the Antichrist at the woe of the sixth trumpet, healing the wound, so to speak, because the people fighting against the New World Order, as it's called, will cease to rebel because they'll think Satan is Jesus when he appears in Jerusalem, and they'll receive the mark of the beast in their right hand or in their foreheads at that time, meaning the deception that Satan is Jesus' return. In their right hand is a figure of speech, meaning the work they'll do for Satan because they'll be deceived into thinking he's Jesus in their forehead, as opposed to those who will have the seal of God in their forehead at that time, which means they'll know and understand that the true Christ doesn't return at all until the woe of the seventh trumpet, 2.5 months after Satan appears as the false Christ at the woe of the sixth trumpet. In other words, the true Christ won't return until immediately after the 70 evenings, the 70 years in captivity to the Babylon of old were a type of.